Hello and welcome back to the Quad Life. Well, we are now on day 2 and starting off to talk more specifics about spinal cord injuries. So first, I will start off with my history. Well, in February of 1985, I was a typical 3-year-old boy that, was bouncing off the walls, did not like the words nap or bath, and basically was an active young kid. And in February 20 of 85, my mom and her younger sister decided that it would be a good day to take a trip to Des Moines to go for a day of shopping. And the weather was looking pretty good. So the two ladies thought it would be a good day to go. And originally, my dad hadn't planned to go. He was going to be working all day, and so the ladies and I would just go on our own. But Dad thought about it later on and decided, you know what, he wanted to go as well. So therefore, my mom and my aunt waited around until Dad got off work. And then all 4 of us took the trip to the, quote, big city, as we call it. So we all got in Dad's blue 1976 Ford Elite and started heading west on Highway 163 towards Des Moines, as you can see here. And now this highway is 4 lanes. However, in 85 it was only a 2-lane road. And along the way, right about here where it says Danielle Smith National Wildlife Refuge, well, the weather got kind of rainy and was not the good day as predicted. And we complain about meteorologists today that can't get weather right. Well, it hasn't changed. And I thought about going back, but Dad slowed down quite a bit and thought we were okay, and decided to push on to the city. Well, again, about that area there, an oncoming truck came and went by us, and the suction and wind from it kind of pulled our car into the opposite lane, where we were then hit by a second truck. So in that impact, my dad and aunt did not receive any lasting injuries. My mom received all kinds of broken bones and stuff from hips on down, and had to have a lot of different surgeries to help. And me, I was the only one wearing a seatbelt and received my spinal cord injury. Now, seatbelts today for young kids are, they're in booster seats, and they have parts that go over the shoulders, and they are in very secure positions. Well, we learn from past mistakes. And in 85, seatbelts really only went across your lap, and that was it. So it caught me in my belly and pulled me forward, and that's what injured my spine. So that is my history, and you know what? It's really not that untypical, at least for other spinal cord injuries. So let's take a look here at the Shepherd Center. It says, what are the most common causes of spinal cord injury? Well, we can see in the very first sentence there, it said that spinal cord injuries are most often the result of vehicle accidents, which is over 38% of SCI, or spinal cord injury cases. Then, continue on with C, it's followed by falls, which are 31%. And other causes include acts of violence, like gunshots, at 13 or almost 14%. And sports-related injuries at about 8.5%. And, accidents and falls are not the only causes. So a little bit further down here, we can see that also there's non-traumatic causes, such as cancer, osteoporosis, tumors, multiple sclerosis, and that kind of thing. And I know one person that I met when I was probably about 9 years old, that he was a quadriplegic because as a result of the bee sting in his neck. So, it's not something that he was doing wrong or an accident or anything, just out in the woods and nature, and had a bee that got a spinal cord. So there are various different causes. However, my age is something that is not usual. So we go over here to SCIprogress.com. We see that 80% of new spinal cord injury cases are men, and that is true from my experience of what I've seen. However, my age was a lot younger. Say, since 1970, the average age of spinal cord injury is increased from 29 to 42. And actually, this is a little bit higher than what I have heard in other stats, that I thought teenagers were about the most common, around, say, 17 through mid-20s. But I did not find that statistic in my research here, so I can't prove that anymore, at least. So with me being injured at 3 years old, that, of course, was very unusual. And I do know of other families that they had young children receive a spinal cord injury. So we're not unheard of that young children do receive them, but it, of course, is not the most common. So tomorrow I will talk more about my injury level, and then what the different levels and injury types are made of and what they mean somewhat. So we are getting a start on our month, and I hope you follow along. Of course, ask questions below, and I might try to answer them later on. But that is it for today. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.